Yesterday we were 1-1. We got a little bit of money because we played two underdogs. We're plus money. Over the last 12 days, we're 14-10, 14-7 just on underdogs. We played three favorites that lost, so I keep bringing that up because it just blows me away. Today we've got two games. We're playing at 2 units apiece. The first game is Toronto. We got Toronto basically over here. The predictive confidence on this game is at 45% of the total points possible. You can see Toronto's got some pretty good across the board hitting. They don't have any real weaknesses. I think they're just in the bottom half of the league in home runs, which is interesting, and RBIs. But as far as not striking out on base percentage, they're pretty good. Slugging percentage are above average. The pitcher is getting about maybe 2/3 of the possible points on ERA. He's getting about 3/4 of the points on the WHIP. So the pitcher is pretty strong. You go to the Yankees, obviously they're pretty strong. I think they're like, what, 8th in the league in home runs. After that, they fall off quite a bit. I mean, hell, they're second from the bottom just in offensive hits. So they don't hit the ball great. When they do hit the ball, they hit for the long ball, which is not surprising considering the Yankee Stadium. Let's see what else we got here. Both teams are 6-4. Teams that are 6-4 in the last 30 days are hitting 51% at 63 and 61 and negative 3.4 units. Toronto at 69% of the split is hitting 54% over the last 30 days at 71 and 60 and negative 10 units. This is a road dog, even though it's minus 105. The minus 115 is a bigger number, so therefore the Yankees are a very small favorite. Road dogs are hitting 43% for the last 30 days at 71 and 95, but plus 0.58 units because you're getting plus money on the dogs. So overall, they're slightly above breaking even, but not much. Let's look at the pitchers. You've got the Toronto pitcher here. I won't try to pronounce his name. He's got a 1.25 WHIP, which has got a 58% win percentage over the last 30 days at 85 and 61 and negative 1.6 units. Go down to Schmidt on the Yankees. He's got a 1.34 WHIP, which has got a 46% win percentage of 44 and 51 and negative 7.6 units. Then you go back to the ERAs. The Toronto pitcher up here has got a 3.81 ERA, which is 50% at 63 and 64 and negative 8 units. And then Schmidt, he's got a 4.56 ERA, which is 39% at 53 and 82 and positive 0.21 units. Seems like pitchers with high ERAs the last month have done pretty well in terms of winning games. Then look at the road and home records here. Toronto's basically, 9 games over 500 on the road. The Yankees are 3 games over at home. You give Toronto a slight advantage. The pitching is an advantage. The last 10 games is equal. The predictive confidence is higher. This is a value bet. I'm putting 2 units on Toronto. I like Toronto. I think the Yankees are, they're below 500. They're not exactly rushing to the finish line to get out of the season except to go home, be with their family. They're not going to the playoffs, I don't think, at this point. Maybe they will. Maybe they'll sneak into the playoffs. But right now, Toronto's a better team. I'm taking the better team. I am following the public on that, which is for what it's worth, but I like the bet. Next play we have here is the Baltimore game. I never get to bet Baltimore plus money and have a higher predictive confidence. I'm so happy about that today. I've got Baltimore with a 40% predictive confidence over 33 for Houston, which is a plus 7% delta or difference, obviously. You can see here the ERA from the Baltimore pitcher is not great, but his WHIP is relatively good, and WHIP is a better metric for measuring how the pitcher performs, in my opinion. That's a personal opinion. That doesn't mean everybody agrees with that. Excuse me. Let's see what else we got. The Passan model shows 5-5, so it's considered this game to be very close. Baltimore's 5-5 in the last 10, which those teams are at 51% in the last 30 days, whereas Houston is 4-6, and those teams are 42% in the last 30 days. The pitchers, actually, Gibson has a 1.32 WHIP, whereas Brown has a 1.34. Both those pitchers in the same range at 46%. Excuse me. And then the ERAs have a 4.98 and a 4.61, and those also are in the same percentage at 39% over the last 30 days. The 42% of the split on Baltimore is hitting 52% at 31 and 29 and plus 0.16 units, so barely ahead, but still winning. And then the road dogs are still at 43%, like I mentioned on Toronto. Looking at the home road records, you've got basically Houston at 1 game over 500 at home, and you've got Baltimore 13 games over on the road. Baltimore is a better team. They've proven it all year long. Houston's a tough team, don't get me wrong. Both these games today are not going to be easy, but we're playing the better team. Road dogs have played well. We're getting plus money. We've got pitchers that are pretty comparable overall. These are good value bets. If we hit them both, I'm happy. If we hit 1 out of 2, we should make money. Of course, if we hit Toronto and lose Baltimore, we're going to lose 5%. But hey, that's not a bad risk. I like the bets. We've been doing well on dogs. Let's keep the bankroll building. Let's get to tomorrow and keep it going. All right. Have a good day. Talk to you soon. Bye.